Hey, 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 good morning. It's Alicia from Fruitful Family. Happy Testimony Tuesday. As promised, I jumping on here real quick. I'm going to try to make it quick, y'all. Just to share one of my testimonies. Something that happened to me, I guess it was before spring break. And it was during the midst of a surrender fast. If you've never done a surrender fast, I encourage you to do so. It's a 40-day surrender fast by, there's a book by Dr. Celeste Owens. She is a DMV girl. If you haven't checked that out, I was giving her a shout out. Check that out. But anyway, during the midst of our 40-day surrender fast, God was just enlightening me of some things that he has done within me, some things that he has changed in me, as far as attitudes, behaviors, taking me to another level of forgiveness. And that's what this testimony is about. Forgiveness. When you least expect it, God shows you that you, in so many words, you grew up. You were able to forgive somebody that really did you wrong, that tried to damage your character, that tried to take you down, that tried to take you out. Okay? So this testimony is about when I was a center director for a daycare in Northwest DC, up there by all of the embassies and everything like that. And at first, let me just rewind. First, y'all, I didn't even want to be a director. I wanted to be just an assistant director, to help the director along. I didn't want to be in charge, but God has a way of doing things. Let's just say that. So I was in charge of this daycare center. And when I say in charge, y'all, I wasn't working for anybody, meaning I didn't have a boss. But I was running a company for someone else that I had full control over. Fast forward, I did this for maybe about 3 years tops, and it came to a head. And this was for church. So the church owned this daycare center, and the pastor there, he was hurting. He was hurting financial wise. He didn't have a lot of members, so therefore he didn't have a lot of tithes and offerings coming in to support the vision, I guess, that God gave him. Anyway, he kept wanting to dig into the daycare funds and everything, and I was like, no, we can't do that. This is a business. You got to give it time and things like that. The business did prosper. The business got to $1 million business. And I don't take any credit for that because I'm not that wise. It was just the leading of God, the favor of God on my life. Me consulting God in every decision, every turn, every thing that needed to be done. I consulted God, and he had me to do some strange things. Anyway, let's just say we didn't end on the best of terms. And I was hurt. I was bruised. I was crushed. I was devastated on how we left. He didn't fire me. I decided to leave because I didn't like the direction that they were going into. So when I left, the old nature tried to rise up, y'all. And I'm telling you, I didn't have to fight it that hard, but it's amazing how that old nature, that old behavior, that old mindset will try to come at you and say, you know what? You could take them for every dime they have because you control it all. They don't even have control over their money. So you can clean them out. I said, I can't that. That's not my money. And that's not what God would have me to do. I believe what the word says when it says the riches of the wretched are stored up for the righteous. And I know I'm paraphrasing for y'all theologians out there, but that wasn't my jam. I wasn't going to do that. I called them up and I told them, meet me at the bank so we can, transfer everything into whomever name that they wanted to transfer it into, to make sure that I wasn't caught up into anything. Because I just saw that this thing was getting ready to go into destruction, and I took it as God was getting me out the way. And Lord and behold, more things even transpired, and I'll share that more later. I'll get in more detail about it. Check my YouTube channel out. I may finish this story, this testimony, if you will. But anyway, he had gave me a call after 3 years. I had not talked to this man. I had not thought about this man. I had forgiven him and everything. And this man called me out the blue, y'all. The number popped up and it was verified. So I was like, okay, this is not a scam likely call. This may be somebody that, I know or whatever have you. Because I had taken him out of my contacts, so I didn't know it was him. On the other end of the phone, I just heard Alicia. And I'm not going to disclose his name. And he said, this is, Pastor. I'm just say that. And so I said, hello, Pastor, how are you? Doing good, how are you? He said, I have a question for you. And I said, what's the question? He said, are you my sister in Christ? I said, yes. I said, I don't have any control over that. Being your sister in Christ. That's between, that only God has control over that. And I don't think he's going to, just because we had some disagreement or, didn't end on the best of terms, that will change. Yes, I'm your sister in Christ. That's so good. That's so good to know. I said, okay. And at the time, I wasn't thinking anything. I really wasn't. I was just showing him the grace and mercy that God shows me each and every day. So we chatted like we were two old friends that didn't miss a beat. He asked about my family. I asked about his family. He asked how I was doing. I asked how he was doing. And then we ended the call like we were just checking in. But afterwards, when I shared it with my group that evening when we got together, everybody had an opinion about where he was coming from. Maybe he's dying. Maybe he's sick. Maybe he's in trouble. Maybe he wants you back. And God was like, he needed to get it right. Simple as that. And you needed to see that you grew up. So that's my testimony. I grew up, y'all. I wasn't petty about it. I didn't hold it against him. I didn't tell him, what you calling me for? How dare you? And all this kind of stuff. I did not respond in the flesh. I responded to bring glory to my Father. What about you? What's your testimony on today? Tell me about it. And don't forget, check out my YouTube channel, Fruitful Family, and I will share even more details about this particular testimony. All right, you guys, have a blessed day.